Welcome in, guys, to our recap every single NFL team for the 2021 season. We're in the AFC West again, the last team in the AFC West, and we're with the Los Angeles Chargers, who were 9-8-0 in the regular season. And you look at both Los Angeles teams like the Rams, and you look at the Chargers. You think, you guys should have stayed in St. Louis for the Rams and San Diego, because your fan base hasn't translated when you made the move to California. But whatever. But they had a new defensive coach for this upcoming 2021 season with Brandon Staley, who came from the Bears football. He isn't playing any Bears football. He's playing Brandon Staley football, which is better than Bears football. And he came from the Rams, who had the best defense of the 2020 season as well. He has an elite quarterback in Justin Herbert, who is I said this in my Denver video. I did, which this is going to fun on Saturday, but what I did on Thursday. I said that this AFC West next year is going to be fucking awesome. I'm going to be looking forward to this AFC West. It's a dogfight to whoever's going to win that division. You've got Derek Carr, you got Justin Herbert, you got Russ now, you have Mahomes. Like, this is a fucking good division if you're a fan of these. Like, if you're a Chargers fan or whatever. But this is a good thing. So let's talk about the stats in the season as well. So we start off with rushing and receiving. Austin Ely had 16 games started, 16 played, 2 attempts of 206, yards of 911, 12 touchdowns season, so he had a good season in touchdowns. LNG had 28 LNG, and a yard per game he had 56.9. You had Justin Jackson, who had 14 games, only 2 starts, which wasn't really good for him, but he had 28 attempts. He had 364 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 28.0 on per game he had. Then you had Keenan Allen, who had 16 games, 16 starts, reception of 106. He had and then Tariq Campbell, who had 16 games, 17 starts. But you look at the Chargers, and they've got Khalil Mack now, which is great, and Joey Bosa is going to have somebody, if he gets into Joey Bosa, they're going to have somebody like a Khalil Mack in there, which is great. On the offensive, we talk about they was fourth in the offensive in yards. They was bottom of running the yards, but again, and this modern NFL isn't about running the yards. It's like, it's good to get your yards in, but it's not truly the be all end all. But you look at the games they had. They had a good season with a rookie coach as the rookie coach, and they had Justin Herbert in his second year. So he is definitely going to be. He is starting. Definitely, he is the quarterback for them. And they go to week 18, and they either have to win or tie the game against the Raiders, and they lose the game. Like, if they won that game, they would have gone to face the Bengals, and maybe, like, you look at NFL, like the defensive numbers. I'll talk about it in a minute. So they've got 20 million in cap space. Sorry, 57 million in cap space, but 20 million in cap space. You had Justin Herbert, who had 12 touchdowns for the season, 12 rushing touchdowns of the season. Then we had defensive and fumbles. We had Kyrie White, who had 17 games, 17 starts, 2 interceptions, 22 yards, forced some fumbles of 2, and interceptions of 22. And then we had Darwin Jones, 15 games, 15 starts, 2 interceptions, 20 yards, 15 LG, and Drew Tuani, 14 games, 7 starts, 1 PD, 1 fumble, and yeah. And then you look at the bottom third of, like I said, rushing of running the game. They beat Washington. They beat divisional rivals, the Chiefs and the Raiders. So they did do well. I know that when I say they beat the Raiders, they beat them. I think it's at home, and then the last game, Week 18, they lost in overtime, but they still beat two divisional rivals, and but the thing was that they lost to Houston Texans, and no divisional rival, but they lost to the fucking Vikings. And Mike Zimmer team, Vikings football, not Bears football, Vikings football. What do they need in this draft? Like an offensive tackle now. They could go for. They need an offensive tackle, a wide receiver, a right tackle. They need kind of one of those. And then I have here that Will Slater come back because he's a elite offensive tackle. He's one of the best elite tackles in the game. Or will Hunter Henry. They let go Hunter Henry as well. So a lot of things going on, but they've got under 20 million in cap space. They've got Khalil Mack. So you can see they've got a good team that can challenge. But like I said, the AFC West is very exciting, very, very interesting. I'm very interested in that division, see what's going to happen next season. But overall, what do you guys think about the Chargers season in the 2021 season? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and